Good morning, y'all. It's Dave. Thanks for stopping by. I know I haven't posted a video in a little bit of time, but quite honestly, I haven't had much to share, so why waste your time? In Maryland here, the last couple weeks, it has been absolutely criminally hot, like I think it has been over a lot of the country, as well as humid. The humidity has been just abusive. We had a storm front pass through last night, and today is August 11th, I believe. So it's in the morning, and we finally had some relief. Still humid, still a little hot, but holy cow, at least we can get outside. You can see behind me, I got to cut some grass and weed eat, and I got all sorts of stuff there. Let me show you my bad yard in case your yard's not doing great either, and we can commiserate together. I came out though this morning to pick the garden. I've got my handy dandy little tub here, and I'm gonna load up on some cherry tomatoes that I've got that are going crazy. I've got corn growing and sunflowers growing, neither which are ready to go yet, but man, they're really starting to fill out and look nice. But when I came out, I shared in a video a couple weeks ago that I had not planted potatoes before. Well, I planted them, but I've never really had a lot of success with them, or certainly not a lot of experience. But the plant that I've never planted before and never done before this year was sweet potatoes. In the past, as I said in the other video, I would generally plant a garden based on what I was interested in eating, what I wanted. Potatoes, sweet potatoes, onions, that kind of stuff. Just very low, not a lot of cost or associated with them at the store, and always readily available in multiple varieties. And so I would just pick them up at the store. It put me behind, I suppose, on the learning curve, but no harm, no foul. Here we are, and I'm trying to make it work. But what I did do this year was I planted some sweet potatoes. I had a sweet potato, an organic sweet potato that I actually tried to make slips from, and it just took forever. I was not ready for this, and I've read up on it since then, and it says it can take like a month and a half to 2 months for a sweet potato to actually start rooting and making slips and doing what it's supposed to do as far as growing. So I set this sweet potato in water. It was there forever. Oh my God, it was like, I'm not always a patient person, I'm not gonna lie to you. So it seemed just like I was going around in circles with that thing. And in the meantime, I went out to online company. I have no affiliation with them. I'm just trying to remember their name. Baker Seeds, that's one. I use them. I use Seed Savers Exchange a lot. They're both good companies for heirloom, open pollinated plants. That's what I grow mainly, because I do want to be able to save seeds. I do want to be able to use the seeds if I need to in a situation going forward. So anyway, I bought 5 sweet potato plant, 5 slips of Korean. It was called Korean Gold, a yellow Asian sweet potato, and then 5 slips of, it was called pumpkin yam or pie yam or something like that. But it was a more traditional orange flesh like what we see at Thanksgiving here in the States. In the meantime, I had shoved the organic sweet potato into a pot and forgot about it, and it was almost overnight. I came outside and it had exploded. It was growing everywhere, and apparently my dogs, my pups, found out that they like sweet potato vines, and they were eating the heck out of these sweet potato vines. I couldn't keep them away from them. So I ended up taking that sweet potato, putting it in taking it from the pot on our small deck, and moving it to a bed that I had bought. So I'm going to turn you around now, and I'm going to keep talking to you while I show you that. Okay, so I guess I gave it away. I just saw what I was going to show you. But here is the bed. It's a metal bed. They come from Australia. I can't think of what they're called right now. I'm sure somebody could put it in the comments. It's Berkey's or something like that. There's a couple YouTubers that talk about them. A couple YouTubers that there's a YouTuber here in the states that sells them, and I did go ahead and buy one. And just review quick, this wasn't really intended as a review. I've had it for about 3 months now. It seems to be holding up well. I guess the real test will be, 3, 4, 5 years from now. But in the meantime, so these are the Korean Gold, and I planted them all around here. And then my organic sweet potato I got from the store, which kept growing and growing despite my dogs continually eating the vines. I needed to move it out of the pot it was in. In fact, there's the pot. Let me move this hose. There's the pot right there. So you can see it wasn't a lot of room. Well, this is the sweet potato, and I apologize. Hopefully you're getting to see the roughly what I got going on here. There's a bit of a glare on the screen. The sun's kind of coming in and out. Last night I was coming in after having taken care of a few things outside, the chickens, and checked on the bees, and lo and behold, this. And I thought I had a weed there for a second, but no. These are sweet potatoes, are not potatoes, as I'm sure most of you know, many of you know. They are related to like moonflowers, I believe, and that sort of thing. And these are flowers from a sweet potato. They do not flower very often. What I read up on last night is that they flower most often in hot, humid weather. Well, we have certainly had that in spades. I can't believe I only have 2 flowers, if that's what it takes. But they also flower when they have the right conditions as far as soil. Now this bed, let's see if you can see here. This is very much a hugelkultur bed. Underneath is quite a bit of rotting logs and chunks, and I don't want to tear these roots up too much because I got roots everywhere, but I'm just trying to, here we go. And what they are sitting in, you can see that, it's really a mixture of sand, mulch, wood chips, and my secret ingredients, which I got from a friend who I work with, about 50 pounds or 60 pounds of straight horse manure, all mixed in. And I saw these flowers and I thought, I know sweet potato. I've never seen ornamental sweet potato vine flower, and I had never heard of sweet potatoes being grown from seed. And so I went in and I looked it up and searched it, and I guess it was bittersweet what I heard, because the bitter part was, in order to get sweet potatoes to pollinate or to fertilize one another, you need 2 different varieties. The 2 different varieties are required. Plants are self-fertile. In other words, these 2 flowers coming from the same plant cannot fertilize each other or themselves, despite having all the equipment there. And they have the stamens and the pistils and everything, but they will not fertilize one another. So you need another plant to fertilize them. Well, as you can see, nothing else is flowering. I haven't had that excitement of anything else flowering. But what it also told me is if you have a plant that's flowering, number one, it means you got great sweet potato weather, which we've definitely had, hot and humid, but that you've got a really good bed composition going. And to me, that's exciting, because now while it would be neat to it would be neat to be able to plant some sweet potato seeds next year and see how they grow and see what we get. What I'm really more interested in is having my sweet potatoes, the tubers, grow in the ground. And for that matter, if I've got good soil, I've got soil that's conducive to flowering. Oops, just going to do a little weeding here while you're here. Conducive to flowering, then I know that I'm very likely on the track of good soil for growing good sweet potatoes. So these are going to be a little bit longer. They're going to take a while. I got some, you can see, there we go. I've got some little bit of insect damage. These are mostly Japanese beetles is what I've been finding. We get a fair amount, but they should be about dying out now. The Japanese beetles hit us hard in late July and start fading by, there's another one, start fading by this time of this August, mid-August. And hopefully that'll be the end of the critters and pests and they can grow unabated. So anyway, I just wanted to pass that along. Wanted to show that. I had never seen it. I didn't know if somebody else had ever seen it. If you've got sweet potatoes that are flowering, then by all means, let me know in the comments. Or if you've ever had them flower before and been able to grow sweet potatoes from seeds, that would be very cool. I appreciate your time. I appreciate you hanging out with me for a few minutes. If you like what you see, please hit the like button and please subscribe. I'm working very hard to start providing more content and regular content, and I certainly could use your help, and I appreciate anything you give me. So thank you very much, and everyone have a good day.